Hey there, good morning. Welcome back to The Good Stuff, where we look at the Bible and do our best to live it out in our lives. This morning we are looking at Job 19:25, which says, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. The story of Job in the Bible is one of the most interesting stories that we can find. Job was a man who had achieved success in life. He had acquired a lot of assets. He was a part of a big, beautiful, wonderful family. And through a conversation between God and Satan, Satan is allowed to strike Job with certain plagues. His kids are destroyed in horrific accidents. His assets are wiped out in kind of one fell swoop. Even his own personal health is attacked, and his body is worn out and weary and covered with sores. And as all this is going on, some friends come along and seek to comfort him, but really just kind of tear him down and rip at him. They say it's because he's a sinner. It's because he didn't do some things right. If he just repent, it's because of his pride. And God doesn't ever say that any of those things are the reason for any of those misfortunes to come upon him. And yet, in the middle of all of that chaos, of his family being wiped out, of his assets being ruined, of his own personal health under attack, Job makes this statement to his friends that he knows that in the end, his Redeemer is going to live, that in the end, that God is going to win. And the interesting thing about the story of Job is that we never really get the why. And I just know for you and I, sometimes in life, we're never going to get the why. We're not going to understand the how come. But what we can know is the who. That in the end, our Redeemer is going to stand on the earth. That in the end, God wins. That in the end, Jesus reigns. And as a result of that, regardless of what comes, regardless of what tragedy occurs, regardless of what events take place, regardless of what eventually happens to our personal health, I know, and I hope you know, that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end, he's going to stand on the earth. And that's all that I need. And I'll take all the other good things along the way, but even if I don't get any of those good things, I know that my Redeemer lives. And that genuinely, truly, and completely is the good stuff, y'all. When we know that Jesus wins, we know we can trust him with it all. And that's my prayer for you this morning. Have a super awesome, amazing day. Love y'all. Peace out. Deuces.